All right. We are playing some Alan Wake because it's Wednesday, and that's what we do. I kind of think, not totally sure, but I kind of think we might finish the game today. Um, Not through the the bonus content, the DLC, but I don't know if I'm gonna play that stuff. I think once we get through the base game of this, we're gonna switch over to Alan Wake's American Nightmare, and if we find ourselves, if we get through that really quickly and have some time before Alan Wake 2, we might come back and play some of Alan Wake's American Night, or some of the DLC here. But my recollection is the DLC for this was very combat heavy and didn't really expand the story very much. So considering the story is mostly what I'm here for, I'm not super keen to replay that stuff unless we run out of other stuff to do. But with Alan Wake 2 coming out in, what is it, late October, we probably have enough stuff to keep us busy until then. Probably. Because, yeah, it's like 5, 6 weeks maybe? I have no idea. Yeah, this is where we came from, if I remember correctly. And then, oh, and we get stuck on some rocks. That's fine. So is there some other way out of this house? Yeah, we came in here. Okay. Right, so we just keep going. I know what I'm doing. Absolutely know what I'm doing. It's interesting that there are birds that are not affected by the darkness. Also, that color on the wings is incredibly, like, vibrant purple. Why it just disappeared? uh, Love when you bump up on the edge, against the edge of the simulation. Oh well. It is. I wonder why they didn't just have the Raven like fly off into the horizon. It seemed like just a memory management, resource management thing, forcing them to forcing them to. Where are you? Oh, it's hard to play game and get thoughts out at the same time. Yeah, it seems like there would have been easy ways to not have the bird just disappear in the sky above you. And I do wonder what technical limitation. I assume there was some technical limitation that meant forced them to do that. Oh. Ugh. So, yeah. I don't know if there's any achievement or reason to get rid of that stuff. The goop. Or if it's just meant as a decorative thing. It is like a principle of game design. You always want to, if you have dead ends to explore, I mean, it's very much, I think Bethesda are kind of one of the biggest studios, or the most notable, perhaps, studios that do it. If there's some dead end you explore, you always find an item there to encourage the player to explore all those areas. Otherwise, if players explore and they don't get any rewards, they're like, oh well, why should I bother, basically. Um, so I can't remember where I was going with this. Principle of game design. Oh, that's a explodey thing. Combat always takes me out of it. Principles of game design, exploration, rewarding exploration. Nope, completely lost it. Oh, I was talking about the goo. That's right. The shadow goo. Aside from, the practical purpose of clearing it when it's in a path and you can take damage by stepping on it, I'm not sure why it is included, if there is any additional reason for it to be included. Whether that's, an achievement or just some reward for interacting with it, or if it's just purely decorative. You don't always have to have stuff have some greater connectivity, but I think that's, having systems that interact is, I think, one of the coolest, one of the most important things about video games, and one of the most rewarding things, frankly, both as a designer, as a developer, and as a player. Especially if you have systems that can interact in unexpected ways. Lots of examples of that stuff. I mean, it's why I love immersive sims. But also you see games like Spelunky is a very big one, where there's so many ways those systems can interact with each other. Oh, what? You stab me in the foot. Oh, we're so far back. Okay, I shouldn't be stingy on the resources here. Is there anything back here? No, just a cliff. Okay. What is this? That's like another part of a ship. Whoa! Ow. Rude. Oh my god, he stabbed me 3 times. Basically just... Yeah, basically just... Oh, this was... Yeah. I shot that exploding barrel last time, which is why I did not take as much damage. Health is kind of slowly healing. What is... Oh, okay, it's a cutscene break. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, that's one. Perfect. And we got our very, very important coffee thermos. The most important thing, arguably. This is such a good, throwing boats into the middle of the forest is a very good sort of uncanny valley choice. Why is this tree on fire? Why is this tree on fire? Whoa! Oh, come on. Okay. That's what I get for trying to appreciate the scenery. Alright, let's get the hell out of here to a safe point. This is... Oh god, why? Okay. And we're safe. Oh. I am curious if that, like, I kind of suspect this generator restarting thing will not feature in Alan Wake 2, if I had to guess. That little QuickTime event, like, I can imagine generators being a part of it. But I feel like we see less of those, like, maybe I'm just not thinking of them. But it feels like a less common mechanic to have those little QTEs. Which, you know, generally... God damn it. That actually startled me. Am I... That's an interesting choice, having the ramping, where it, like, speeds up, slows down. More of an action movie trope, which I guess speaks to Remedy's roots. That's sort of another interesting question about the sequel. Will it lean more on action tropes, or will it go harder into horror? And from what I've seen so far, it kind of feels like it leans even more into action than this one. But I guess we'll see. Oh my god, can you imagine? Just hit smack down in the chest by one of those things? Super dead. Immediately deceased. Here, see, that's, you know, useful, important to get rid of because it's basically blocking the stairs, but... Oh, okay. I don't think we've seen any of the, like, using light... Well, none of the light mechanics, I think, in the sequel so far, in the trailer. The Taken are filled with darkness. I wish there was more variety in these. Like, it seems like a relatively lightweight asset to just turn out a ton of different variations on. And so it's kind of surprising that there are a relatively small number of them repeated in so many different places. Like, I wonder if it was... I wonder what series of decisions led to that, basically. Like, was this something that was just kind of added relatively late in the game, and they were just, like, you know, slapping these things on levels in places without writing or creating, you know, a large number of different assets? Was there some memory concern, some reason they couldn't have a huge variety? Yeah, I don't know. But it is kind of weird that, you know, what's her face? I cannot remember her name. Please tell me you heard that breathing. Right there. It's so creepy. I love it. Oh, man. It feels like this should be... I just want like some eyes to reflect back at me from the darkness. The source of this breathing. Okay. What was that? I thought I heard like a... Oh? There's a lot of very good audio happening in this space right now. I heard like a whoosh. I heard a door creaking open. The floorboards creaking. Yeah, the door creaking open in the background there. There's some... I don't even know what that one is. But it sounds like a... It's fun there. It's such a short loop though. I really want... I wonder if there's some lore explanation for that repeated breathing by the... whatever the torch points, the cache areas. It's such an interesting... Like, I love the audio loop, but my god, it's such a short repeating cycle. It kind of... It stands out. Okay, this is where we came from. Are we supposed to, like, go up to the second floor and then fall down? Okay, I guess we can... Is this not where we, like, came in, though? It is. I mean, I guess we can jump over... Well, let's try it. Okay, maybe not. Oh, am I just stuck? Okay. Thank God. Can't we just jump over this? I think it's an invisible wall. It's weird, a weird choice to put this rock up here to make it look like it's accessible when it's not. Also to, frankly, have the second floor stuff. So we want to fall out the other side of the building, I guess. So we just kind of like do a tight loop around here. This is weird. This feels unintuitive to navigate. Okay, it's just... Yeah. So graceful, Alan. All right. What do we got here? Yeah, see, this is good. We've got all these areas. We've got a couple things we're finding in all the houses, so we know, you know, we feel like we're not wasting our time exploring all these nooks and crannies, except this one, I guess, but that's fine. It feels like this should be a combat arena. We got like all the... But I don't mind it as a bit of slow pacing. It's actually a really important part of, I mean, any genre really, but horror especially, is you need the calm before the storm to allow tension to build. If you're just at 11 all the time, it's not effective, because people just get tired, get immune to being scared or startled or whatever. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a fight here. So probably we start this and then we go hit the other switch and then... Oh, okay, even before we do that, we get someone with a chainsaw somewhere. Okay. We're not wasting any time here. Oh, okay. it's, it's good. It's doing the right things here with the game, but maybe in a slightly too predictable manner, because that is another thing that undercuts the tension is if you see it coming. Of course, I don't like jump scares, so that's not the worst thing for me personally. Let me be able to predict that it's happening, so we just get the vibes without needing to have small little heart attacks all the time. All right, what we got? Things that I don't need. Fantastic.
Turn back now.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust levels here a little bit because that was, oh my god, loud. Okay. Okay. Back at it. Ow. Why am I seeing, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm expecting this to... Oh, we have so many flares. Let's just do that. This is somewhat ridiculous. Come at me. All right. Jeez, this thing is ridiculous. There we go. All right. I do spend a lot of time thinking about what the heck is this guy? You know, we went by some cornfields earlier in this game, and I wonder if the same Scarecrow model was reused, or alternatively, ow! What the? Are you serious? Physics damage, amazing. Yeah, I wonder if that Scarecrow model was used earlier and recycled here, or if it was cut from the earlier farmhouse areas. And only showed up here. Someone's just like, please, let me use the Scarecrow. Okay. What do we got? Cool. Oh my god. Please. I'm begging you, game. Okay, I mean, I'm assuming this is just like a carnival ride, and that none of this can actually hurt me. Oh, that was convenient. Is this a boss fight?
You can't win.
Okay. I can't believe. Why would you? I mean, I guess it needs some sort of challenge. This is
You can't.
conceptually oh, okay, don't get hit by the train. Okay, this is telling me... What the heck? What is happening? It's like... locking on... like random things. Okay. Like, I don't know why the snap aim is going so nuts here.
You will fail.
I mean, I guess this seems like we're just supposed to do here is...
It's all in your head.
Like, conceptually, I love this. But, in terms of... What is happening? I'm completely disoriented by this. We defeated the tornado. Is this actually how this game ends? There's got to be more, right? Hmm. What? Why?
Baby, you were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No,
Everything's fine. You're home.
it wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear.
My fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan, honey, you're still 1 foot in a dream. You're not making any sense. Come back to bed.
It's interesting. Like, it would be really interesting to play this scene straight. Like, it's so obviously, you know, things are wrong. It's uncanny. Alice is acting really weird. There's all the, like, smoke outside. The color grading's off. Like, everything about this just screams, like, very obviously, no, this is wrong. It would be really interesting to play this scene straight and just be like, hey, maybe
Alan, you're scaring me now.
maybe this is
Go
normal.
back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call Dr. Hartman?
Oh, that was very effective to
I
me.
read your manuscript. It's
It
brilliant.
creeped me out.
Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning.
Is we just can't go through that way, but there's glowy stuff on the other side that I want to get to. I want to see the glowy things.
Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
We just took damage. This is very good.
You must
must find your way to the cabin. If it stands in your way, it won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light. Don't mind him. He's Mr. Scott. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
Okay. Yeah, that's very good. Okay, I do remember this. This is very good. Like, this is... conceptually, I love this. I wish I had a more powerful flashlight, though. Oh, we can answer the phone.
I followed the idea of a path.
Okay, cool. Oh, we missed some stuff. Thermos. Sneaky, sneaky. Why? Okay. Just roll with it, Ian. I'm hoping we get an achievement for triggering all of these.
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what are you saying? You can't...
You don't love me. How could you when you don't even love yourself? All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on! What are you doing, Alan? Stop! Put the light back on!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
But see, can we trust Alan for saying that?
I had written myself across the ocean.
Can we trust him, or is he, you know, an unreliable narrator? Hey, Rima Turtle, it's going well. We are very close to the end of Alan Wake. Hey, Chaos Bean, happy Wednesday to you as well. How is,
Barbara.
Tom,
Oh.
let me go. I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back.
Barbara
You did
Jagger?
it wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas! Put it down!
My heart is filled with darkness. I'll cut it out. I'll take you back to the depths of cave then.
Yeah, Arima Turtle, I played this back when it first came out as well. Remember really liking it. It's been a bit of a mixed bag coming back to it, but really enjoy this part. Nothing. I haven't heard anything new about part 2, but I'm just kind of, you know, trying not to dive too deep on it. Just wait and see. Wait and see when it comes out. How's Baldur's Gate 3, Chaos Bean? I saw you were playing some more of it. Are you back on board?
I willed the cabin to be real.
All right. We're willing the cabin to be real. It's just such a good way of, like, physicalizing
Get away from
the
me, hag! Where am I? Let me go!
the concept through the rest of this game.
Tommy,
I love it.
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write what I wanted him to write. Now it's too late. It's his fault. You'll stay here forever.
How weird that it's a cut. Oh, okay.
Now you will never get her back.
Oh, wild.
I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There's light and there's darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong. There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Well, there we go. That's interesting. You need the game. Oh, I played the game on hard difficulty. No wonder I was having trouble with some of the fights. It just popped up the achievement. It was popped up on normal achievement. I was like, okay, I did play on normal. I'm not a crazy person. Then it popped up on hard. So I feel slightly less bad for, oh wow, this is definitely getting flagged. Great song. Definitely getting flagged. Whatever. We're watching the credits. We watch credits here. We give credit where credit is due. I'll just talk over it, and we'll hope for the best. Yeah. So it's interesting. Like, I forgot how this game ended, and the fact that he basically writes the events of this game out of existence at the end of the game. So everything that we've gone through in the course of this game functionally didn't happen as far as everyone is concerned except Alan Wake. Which kind of, raises some interesting questions for... Okay, can we... Here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mute... we're gonna mute the audio capture. So we're not getting any sound coming through from the desktop here. But yeah, so none of this game happened according to the end of this game. Alan Wake is at the bottom of the lake, writing his stories. Alice came back fine. Mr. Scratch, who is, Alan Wake's doppelganger, who we just got hinted. I'm not sure if people were here when that happened, but yeah, Alan Wake's doppelganger is hinted at being out in the world, and we will learn more, have some more interactions with Mr. Scratch in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which I'm going to be playing next. And I guess we'll start that now. So yeah, so that's queued up. It's not a lake, it's an ocean. I don't know. That's one that I don't think has really been expanded upon in sort of the existing games. So that's something I kind of expect to show back up in the sequel. But it is kind of interesting that, yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to thread the needle of all the events of this game being wiped out of existence by the end of this game. So from the perspective of everyone in the world, Alan Wake just disappeared. Went to a cabin, he disappeared. His wife, washed ashore. And then presumably some other stuff happened. And, yeah. Of course, okay, so something that contradicts this that I know from Control is in Control you collect it's objects of power. And one of the objects you can collect in that game, I think possibly in the Alan Wake expansion, possibly not, is the thermos, which is one of the collectibles from this game. And in the notes for that special item, there's a page which says before Alan Wake disappeared, he was seen collecting the thermoses. And it says we don't know why, but we found the thermos. It hasn't done anything, but we're keeping it just in case. And so the question is, do we go back? Like, if we go back to the beginning of this game, does Alan Wake collect a thermos before the point at which, history rewrote itself? And I don't know. Maybe, because what are the events? We start off in the dream sequence where we collect a thermos, but that's a dream sequence, so no one would be there to see that. We go to the Oh Dear Diner, and then we go out to the cabin. There might have been one coffee thermos that we collected in the Oh Dear Diner, and I think there might be one we collect in the actual cabin, which nominally I guess Alice could have seen. But I don't know. It's a weird question when you rewrite time. Wait, there's just one person in quality assurance for this game? That can't be right. It finishes on a high note. I'll say that. You know, we had some low points replaying through this game. We never really addressed Alan's anger management issues. Like that was a serious point earlier on in the game that I feel like we never really reconciled in any way. There's some interesting, unreliable narrator stuff where events happen and Alan Wake says, no, that never happened. But can we trust him, especially given, his demonstrated anger management issues and, the fact that the events that he claims never happened kind of conform to that pattern? I don't know. It's like it finishes on a real high note. I feel like that last section with, shining the light on the words and then it turns into reality. I feel like it's good, and it starts on a real high note as well. But there's some stuff in the middle which, it almost feels like a byproduct of just the structure that has been forced on so many games of this type, where you have to fill a certain number of hours. And I could turn the audio back on because we're not playing David Bowie anymore. We can have some nice background music here while I talk. So yeah, I'm gonna be very curious to see Alan Wake's American Nightmare, see where that goes with it as a bridge, because I never finished playing that when it first came out. So I'm sure it will. Yeah, it'll provide some more information. God, there's an interesting, introducing the doppelganger at the end. First of all, kind of just the most random thing to include in the final 15 minutes of a game this long. But yeah, introducing that doppelganger raises interesting questions about, does the doppelganger contain all of Alan's, bad traits? Did he write his anger management into this doppelganger? Or what purpose does this solve? Or what purpose does this serve? What problems does it solve? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I'm really excited to see where the game goes, though. As much as I have had questions, concerns, taken issues with certain bits of the narrative, certain bits of the game, I'm very excited to see where it goes. In just under 2 months now. So yeah. All right. Now the question is, it's been a short stream, but also I started late, so it is later than I ideally like to go. Maybe we'll boot up, once we get through the credits here, we'll boot up Alan Wake's American Nightmare, play through a little bit of the intro. But yeah. Now I'm just gonna read some more credits with the Microsoft Game Studios thanks. I'm wondering if we gotta be close to the end, right? I don't know. For whatever reason, I've always liked watching the credits as the end of a thing. I think partly because I like to take that time to think about it, to process what I have just gone through. If I'm watching a movie with someone, just let the credits roll, let some music play in the background, and let's talk about what we just watched. what lessons did we learn? What worked? What didn't work? What would we like to see done differently? Highlights, lowlights, all the rest. And it's part of the reason I hate, like, Netflix, whatever, every streaming service where they've started playing trailers during the credits. I'm like, no. Just let me watch the credits and chill out. I need to decompress after anything worth watching. I just need to take a minute and process. And I don't need to just jump back into something, especially like an intense trailer trying to be like high impact and like, yeah, let's go. No, none of that. Please and thank you. It's a feature I would love to disable. But alas, we must continue watching, continue consuming, so on and so forth. Ah well. It is what it is. It's interesting that the localization didn't include translators. Just managers and stuff. It is wild how many people it takes to make a game. Todd A.O. West. Fully Team did great work in this. I will sing their praises to the heavens. Didn't we already do? Oh no, this is Specials Microsoft Studios, thanks. Not just regular Microsoft Studios, thanks. Why is external... Okay, I guess external services is the separate companies instead of just a title with no information. Taking issue with the presentation of the credits now. There's a wild documentary, I think it was by People Make Games, but I can't be 100% sure, about this guy who, claimed to have worked on more games than anyone else, been credited in more games than anyone else, I think, and he was the founder, I believe, of basically an outsourcing studio. So anytime the studio contributed any work to another game, he would get credited because he was associated. So, even if he didn't do any work on it, which, it's one of those technically correct, maybe. Oh, hey, Dunk. Yeah, we did it. We're just chilling. Yeah, this is exactly, we're at the end now. Just thinking about the game, talking a little bit about industry stuff, credits. It's interesting that it seems like everyone who did motion capture, a lot of very, very Finnish, Nordic sounding names. Yeah. So it seems like all local for the actual faces of the characters in the game, which is interesting. We're at the 4th special thanks section now. Yeah, how are you, Dunk? How's Wednesday treating you? special thanks for their marketing and PR contributions is... I'm so confused. France EDT team. That feels weird for a special thanks. It is Wednesday. I have heard that. Yeah, American Nightmare's up next. I'm gonna boot it up and play. I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes, just to get a taste of it. But then I gotta do some Swedish. Because tomorrow is the last lesson I get through work, and I told the teacher I was very ambitious. I was like, oh, I'm gonna study a lot. I'm definitely gonna spend a lot of time going over stuff before the last lesson, and I have done basically nothing this week, because I'm trying to buy a condo here, and that takes a lot of time and effort. Plus, also Armored Core came out, so I had responsibilities. God, Havoc. Yes, my reasons may not all be equally good, but okay, The Sun Stop, written by Alan Wake, Departure, written by Alan Wake. Those are interesting credits. And Alan Wake's journey through the night will continue. We now know, like, a decade later. Yeah. This is the Twin Peaks. We'll see you in 25 years. All right. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize they outsourced the PC version. I can't believe I haven't noticed that so far. So does this actually... What do you mean Nightmare difficulty is not unlocked? Get out of here with this. Wait, easy, normal, nightmare? Okay, so easy is normal difficulty. Armored Core it's a Dark Souls, but in 3D and you're a robot. But also I feel like Armored Core suffers a bit of the Dark Souls 2, where they're not like, how do we make a fun game that's hard? They're like, how do we make a hard game? But I could also just be very bad at Armored Core, because I've never played an Armored Core before. The movement feels great though. Super fun to just move around. So yeah. But also I've only played it like 5, maybe 6 hours, so I'm early enough into it that it's hard to judge at this point. And I mean, like 5, 6 hours into Dark Souls, I was like, this game is impossible and no one could ever beat it, so... Yeah, I mean, I am barely going to have time to squeeze it in, and I'm going to switch to Starfield this weekend. So, Armored Core will be shelved for at least a little bit. I might play some more of it. Well, I'm definitely going to play some more of it, but it may very well be a while until I get to it. Yeah, you're still playing through Baldur's Gate 3, right? How's that going for you? Okay, we're just gonna quit. I'm kind of curious if continue would take us to the extra episodes, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna quit. We're gonna confirm we quit, and we're gonna switch over to American Nightmare. How much? Yeah, I still need to beat Tears of the Kingdom as well. I think I've played maybe like 10 hours, so yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'll get to it one of these years. I mean, I still haven't beat Breath of the Wild, technically. Yeah, I mean, I could probably beat Breath of the Wild in like 15 minutes, but yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I did in Breath of the Wild. I was like, oh, this is an important thing that will move the main quest forward. I'll wait and do this later. Let me do literally everything else first. And Tears of the Kingdom, you know, same thing. Tears of the Kingdom, actually, I'm at a point where I'm still just trying to progress the main quest enough to, like, to unlock everything, so I can just go and explore the world and do all the stuff I actually want to do. Oh, we're now full screen, so I can't see anything for a minute. Alright, let's, help and options. Graphics. Not full screen. Windowed. Confirm. Accept. Oh, no, I still need to have it not be big. Too big. Okay. Back. No, please accept my changes. Perfect. Yes, you cannot see the game either because I need to change the window capture. Now, you could see the game. Yeah, do you know how much of stuff did you do in Breath of the Wild? Did you make it through, like, all of it, or? I gotta say, this is a very good... Yeah, I saw the Night Springs too. Night Springs 7 is an interesting choice. Like, I'm always curious if the number was chosen with a specific something. Yeah, except Koroks is a totally fair thing, because that's just homework. But, yeah. I haven't quite done everything in Breath of the Wild. I've done a lot. But I am also, like, halfway through... Basically, I'm outside the final boss dungeon, the Ganon dungeon in Hyrule Castle. And just kind of, like, was like, I could finish this game at any time, and I don't want to, and just set it down. Oh my god. I can't believe you replayed Master Mode. That's so much. The biggest thing, I didn't buy that DLC. The biggest thing I wanted from it was the history of where all I had gone. All right, let's American Nightmare. Continue new story. No, we'll start new story. Yeah, we're gonna go straight to Nightmare mode because I'm a sadist, masochist, whatever.
The man before you is a champion of light. He is part of a conflict between darkness and light that is both ancient and eternal. He is chasing a dangerous quarry, the Herald of Darkness. His evil doppelganger, known only as Mr. Scratch.
I'll catch you eventually!
Maybe. But what are you gonna do then? By then, I'll have had my hands on everything you love.
Yeah, Night Springs and Bright Falls is very good. I mean, it's a lot of that is the duality of stuff is tied into a lot of stuff in these games, right? The light versus dark, Night Springs, Bright Falls.
The man has been
Alan
brutally
and
spat out
Mr.
from
Scratch.
the darkness that surrounds the shores of our reality. He has come to fight a decisive battle in Night Springs.
The moral of the story is everything is improved by a Rod Serling narrator. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I feel like we gotta do something here. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. It'll have to do. All right. Okay, so incidentally, okay, this is very good. We're in, Night Springs, which is apparently in like New Mexico or Arizona, some, American desert something. But then we're also at the cabin in the Pacific Northwest. Can we, no, there's an invisible wall here. Okay. Tutorial. It's interesting. I can't remember how much time was between the release of this game and the last one, but the graphics look much better. First of all, also noticing the UI changed a fair bit. Like the fundamentals are the same, but okay. This is the character design on these guys is also different, which is. Like, the particle effects, I don't think are necessarily as good.
It's gonna be like that again.
I mean, the light stuff, but the darkness particle effects coming off seemed a little intense. But I do like the... Oh, ouch. I do like the darkness around the eyes and stuff is a very nice nice feature. Sometimes I just sometimes I kind of just an obvious invisible. Oh, you kind of just like an obvious invisible wall more than them trying to be sneaky, barely hide it, or hide it behind some annoying but surpassable terrain, and then still face an obvious invisible wall anyways. Yeah, you have to be...
In another life, the man was a writer. He still practices that art, forging weapons of war out of ideas. But the violent currents that brought him here have scattered the pages he has written.
I mean, I would prefer... I don't mind the obvious invisible wall by, like, water and stuff, where it's just like, no, we're just not going to let you fall in the water. I think that is fine. Sometimes I find them more egregious. Like, there've been... well, Armored Core, for example, forces... they're not invisible, but it just says arbitrary bounds to, the space for certain engagements that I'm not thrilled about. Because it's immersion breaking when you're in the middle of a fight and you bounce up against an arbitrary barrier.
The lights of the motel promise safety. The man senses that the solution to his predicament begins there.
But yeah, what if we just go the other way? Is this like semi-open world?
Somewhere within the Earth, space itself has been pierced, and from dark depths runs a steady flow of monsters. The man recognizes the hand of his evil double in this. He knows he must put an end to this madness.
Sometimes running away is the best option.
Can't stay here now.
Why not, Alan? Oh yeah, fair enough. Played this much more recently. I got a decent bit in before something else came out. Probably sometime since the pandemic. Okay. Yeah, I think I played this like, I don't know, 7 years ago or something. I should have checked actually when it said I last played it. I think it might have been 2012. That's 11 years ago. I'm not actually sure when this came out, so don't quote me on that. Nope, stop. I want more ammo. Oh, I haven't.
It's a little sad how many problems you can solve.
Get me out of here. Ow. Kind of boxed in here. Came out 22nd February 2012. Yeah, so it might have been within... Okay, these guys are just going to keep coming forever. If not 2012, it was probably within a year or two of that. It wouldn't have been 2012 probably because I was in Australia then. Safe haven formed by a bright light heals you. Cool. It's just... Oh, and then the light goes out and now there are more things coming towards me. Why? Okay. Did that trigger a checkpoint? I don't know. Anyways. Unlock weapon crates by finding hidden manuscript pages and blast your enemies with serious firepower. Wow, tonal shift. Okay, three pages required. Oh, hi.
Hey!
More licensed music. Oh, joy.
There. You remember me, right? Emma? Emma Sloan?
I think you might have something that belongs to me.
Really?
Typewritten page?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I did find a page like that. I don't even know where it came from. It was all this weird stuff about the oil derrick and a satellite.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, I don't know how you knew I had it, but I guess it's yours. Listen, what's this all about? There are these really creepy guys hanging around the oil derricks. There's something really weird about them.
They're dangerous. I'm gonna deal with them. Try to stay out of their sight, okay? And stay in the light. They hate the light.
We haven't actually met before. Sure.
Just to be clear, you should know that we haven't actually met before.
Sure we have, Mr. Wake. Remember you stayed at the motel here.
No, the guy you're talking about just looks like me, even if he uses my name. He's behind all this trouble.
Oh, I thought, now that you mention it, I guess your aura looks a lot nicer than his, actually. I'm very sensitive to things like that.
There's a bunch of stuff I need to find.
The things mentioned on that page? Well, there's a lot of old crap lying around this place.
Great, thanks.
I think you should be able to find everything, except the satellite, obviously. Are you gonna tell me what this is?
I don't think that'd go over too well.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Fine. The page is a formula for rewriting reality. Either I use it to close a strange portal to a place that isn't in our world, or shadowy serial killer monster things keep pouring out of there.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
You can think what you want about me, but there's still bad guys around. Be careful.
Well, you might be nuts, but I've seen the way they move, the way they look. I'll buy that.
They're called Taken. They aren't really human. Not anymore.
And they're climbing out of the oil well? What, do they have secret headquarters down there, or...?
No, that's just where the point of connection is. It's a hole that leads to, well, it's a really nasty place. That's why I need to close it.
And the guy who looks like you opened it, because he was hanging around the oil field before.
He gets around, unfortunately. Thanks for helping me.
Oh, I wish I thought you were just a nutcase.
Actually, I kind of expected you to.
Me too. But I feel like this is how it's supposed to go. Isn't that weird?
Not really. I get that a lot in my line of work.
What do you do anyway?
I'm a writer.
Obviously.
Yes, it is silly. But I don't know how much it is spoofing silly stuff. Like, the Twilight Zone isn't silly. The Twilight Zone is great. And there's a lot of Twilight Zone in this.
What was that you said about my aura?
Oh, I'm very spiritual, you know. I can see auras, but I only use it for healing and helping people. I'm like a wise woman, you know? I give people insight and advice.
Look, just because I say crazy things doesn't mean I believe everything.
Don't be like that. Maybe you should take a few crystals with you if you're going out there. It might be dangerous. They soothe your energies and focus your mind. It's fantastic.
And they help me take out the bad guys?
Oh, well, no, not as such.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm...
Or I have some wonderfully potent and herbal detox suppositories.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Herbal detox suppositories. Yep. Just because I say crazy things doesn't mean I believe in them is hilarious, though. Yeah. This is, yeah. I could switch to nail gun. Yeah, I'll keep my 9mm pistol. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's leaning into there's a fish in the percolator part of Twin Peaks, whereas...
The Champion of Light recognizes the page he got from the woman. It is a weapon of his own design, custom engineered to destroy the Dark Portal. If he recreates the conditions of the page, a great power will be unleashed.
It is kind of... Oh, okay, I get full ammunition. That's convenient. And we got that handy, that remedy jump. Yeah, the vibe they're going for in this is very different. But also, it's very different, but also very much pulled from the same influences, I think. Like, Night Springs was, like, the Twilight Zone influence has been across both. Obviously, Twin Peaks across both. It's just they're focusing on different parts of it. But it's also... Oh, do we want to play the radio? There's going to be lots of licensed music in this.
Well, here you are, about to enjoy another cool Arizona night with me, Eddie Rodman, the host with the boast. Hey, any of you guys...
I'm going to turn on, whatchamacallit, subtitles. There we go.
Remember Old Gods of Asgard? Man, I actually saw them twice back in the 70s. I was just a kid then, but my dad worked at this club, and he'd sneak me in to see bands all the time, you know. Talk about an education. Anyway, great band, couple of great albums, solid fan base, and then they kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Well, now, almost 4 decades later, they're making a comeback. And let me tell you, these boys have seen a lot of road. They're some serious rock and roll veterans, because they weren't too young even back in the day. Well, now I've got Odin and Tor Anderson, two of the original Old Gods, in the studio with me, along with their manager, Barry Wheeler. Nice to have you guys here.
Oh, hey, great to be here, Eddie.
Yeah, hey. Hello! Now, boys, let me just come out and say this, all right? Spring chickens, you ain't. I mean, you guys, you make the Stones look young.
You're only as old as you feel.
Who you calling old? Now, your last album was 1978, In the Valley of My Shadow. And then you stopped playing altogether after that. Why? And what made you do a comeback after all this time?
Well, it was a sad thing. See, the original bass player for Old Gods, Fat Bob Balder, passed away in... leukemia! Bob had leukemia, poor bastard.
Yeah, after that, we didn't feel like playing no more.
Long story short, I ran into these guys up in Washington, and it was obvious to me that they still got it. So I figured, hey, let's make some music, right? And they went for it.
Now, Barry, you were a literary agent before this, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you were very successful. You represented Alan Wake, I believe, who disappeared under mysterious...
Yeah, that's... Hey, I just want to talk about Old Gods tonight. Is that cool? Can we do that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Listen, why don't we take a little break, and then later on in the program, we'll hear the new Old Gods single. Stay tuned, folks.
Well, at least Barry landed on his feet.
Oh, where'd the chair go? It, like, glitched out in a serious way. Okay. The mini-map shows your current objectives, blah, 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 other stuff. Oh, blinking question marks indicate a hidden manuscript page nearby. Overall, I do like American Nightmare because it feels like Remedy kind of playing around or being slightly more experimental, which is fun. Like they wanted to test some stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of doing, like, this was always a smaller thing. And it affords you a little more freedom, which is kind of why I wish, game companies would do that stuff more often, because you get interesting experiments, and, they don't always land. We talk about this a lot, right? It's not always going to be good, but you're only going to find that cool new stuff if you stretch your legs and try. And, yeah, I mean, this also, I think, goes back to what they originally wanted in Alan Wake in some ways, because they wanted it to be, Alan Wake to be an open-world game. And this kind of is, right? You just wander around and do stuff, and you have the oil derricks, and yeah. Yeah, this or Blood Dragon, great examples of what you can get from smaller experiments. So... oh, we have checkpoints, and I don't want to have to replay stuff. How do we get another checkpoint? It's annoying that this game has checkpoints, though. Why would this game have checkpoints? Can I just save in the light? Okay, cool, I can. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here. But yeah, would love, more games, little games. Fewer live service games, please. We already have sports. Sports can be live service games. Everything else, just let people play, and then move on to something else. It's fine. They don't have to play your game forever. But yeah, thanks for hanging out a little bit. Glad we made it through Alan Wake finally. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3, just a thing. And that's fine. That should be perfect. It'll be interesting to see if there are like 40 billion DLCs or something for Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, I'm very excited whenever a game is just like, oh yeah, here's the game. You can play it. You don't need to worry about us trying to get you to play it forever. But anyways, we're going to call it now. Starfield. The early access period starts on Friday, I do believe. I won't be able to play it on Friday, but probably on Saturday, we will be diving into Starfield. Wait, do I have anything else on Saturday? No, probably on Saturday we'll be diving into Starfield. And then, of course, also on Sunday, and then Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday, and so on, forever. No, we'll definitely be playing some Starfield over the weekend. Definitely 100% on Sunday, very likely on Saturday as well. And probably going into Tuesday next week. Possibly even Monday as well, depending. We'll see how things go. But there will be lots and lots of Starfield coming up. Yeah. The other thing, of course, next Wednesday we will be back playing some more Alan Wake's American Nightmare. But yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I'm gonna find out about Starfield. It feels just like a natural thing to do. I am sure there will be bugs. I'm sure I am going to have, lots of things that I wish Bethesda had done differently. I'm kind of excited to talk about that stuff on stream as it comes up, instead of just holding it in my head and, screaming inside my skull, why Bethesda? Why did you do this? So yeah, I think it'll be a good time. And I mean, Bethesda games, even if they're not perfect, even if they're not exactly what I want them to be, are always very entertaining and a lot of fun. I have hundreds of hours across all the different games that they have made. I'm sure I will put quite a few hours into Starfield. So yeah, hoping y'all can join for some of that. In the meantime, happy Wednesday, or whatever day it happens to be where you are. Yes. Yeah, exactly, done. There's going to be lots of fun, lots of baffling, lots of silly things, and lots of baffling decisions. But, making games is hard. It is very hard. It is a miracle any game ever gets made. So, just happy it's here. We're looking forward to experiencing it. Anyways, that's all for me tonight. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you over the weekend when we dive into Starfield. Bye for now. Oh, OBS is hiding. Turns out Alan Wake's American Nightmare is always on top. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now.